it's living, and then after that I'll stop. Now we'll admit the candidate. Before admitting them, I have to do something. They will be joining now.
Ma'am as co-host, sir.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell to my senior to come to become professor.
Yeah, light streaming is off. Now it's ready. I'll say that what is her name? Ritu Jain. She has joined.
Huh.
Yeah, she has joined. Madam, good morning. Can you hear me? Madam?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay, thank you. Sir, I have one query. That
Okay.
during my presentation, nobody can take hold of my slides.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
they will not, I think, they may.
you have to close
Yeah.
that, because sometimes it happens that I am presenting something else and somebody is playing with that and they are changing the slides and all those things.
No, I have disabled all the thing. They cannot do anything. They cannot do this. Actually, they can only ask the question in the chat box if it is required at the end. So I have disabled all the thing. They cannot do any writing and other.
Okay.
And I only co-host have the privilege.
Okay.
So how is the weather condition in Delhi, madam?
It's okay. Days are
How
hot.
is the weather in Delhi?
Days are hot, and morning and evening little bit cooler now.
Okay.
So around 18-20 degree in the morning,
Okay.
but days are hot with the 35, 34.
For us here, continuous downpour. Last 3 days also continuous. Today morning also raining and
And everything is in order
it's
still?
cool weather here. Yeah. I think we can start now. Can we start now, madam?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
No problem.
Sorry. Yeah, it's already 10. Yeah, 10 o'clock exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning to one and all. Respected resource person of today's training, Dr. Ritu Jain, senior scientist from IRI. And dear participants, good morning to one and all. And I hope yesterday you have watched all of our training program. And we have the one more resource person from IRI. She will be delivering this topic on prospects of value addition in ornamental crops. So to do the formal welcome address, I request Dr. Taso Yatung, a coordinator of this program, to give a formal welcome address. It's okay.
Good morning, one and all. I welcome all the participants and Madam Dr. Ritu Jain to the second day of the webinar on post-harvest management and value addition in horticulture crops for budding crops. So to begin, I would like to give a brief introduction of Madam Ritu. She is presently serving as senior scientist in the division of floriculture and landscaping ICR Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi. She did her master's and PhD degree from Dr. Y.S. Farmer, University of Horticulture and Forestry. As a researcher, she has contributed in post-harvest technology, production technology, and value addition of flower crops. She has made contribution in standardization of technologies for drying of traditional flowers, extraction of natural colors, and value addition of products. She associated as PI co-PI in 5 externally funded projects sponsored by various funding agencies like DST, DBT, PPVAR, and FRI, etc. She has also made contribution in the definition of the technologies for the livelihood of farm women in villages adopted by IRI New Delhi. She has also commercialized value addition technology in collaboration with Flora Images company owned by Ms. Poonam Kumra. She has already guided postgraduate students. Presently, 2 MSc students are being guided under her chairmanship. She has about 200 publications to her credit, including 56 research papers and published in international and national journals. She has published 75 popular articles, 39 book chapters, 24 bulletins, 6 books, and 12 e-publications. Ma'am was conferred with title of Outstanding Woman Horticulture Scientist Award by SHRD, Presidential Appreciation Award by Globalization Society, CHI Fellowship, Certificate of Recognition by Delhi Agriculture Horticulture Society, New Delhi, Hindi Vishis Pravakta Purushkar, and Best Hindi Article Writing Award of ICR, IR, and Best Paper Award. So now may I request Jen to please begin the session and deliver her lecture. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, madam, you can start your presentation now.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. And at the outset, I would like to thank the organizers who has given me the opportunity to present my presentation on a very apt topic in this post-pandemic area of COVID-19. So now I'll be sharing some of my experiences with you people. So the topic of my presentation is prospects of value addition in flower crops. So as we all know that during this pandemic era of COVID-19, there was really too much loss to the flower growers and the farmers who were associated with the floriculture business in one way or other way. Besides this COVID-19, our country keeps on seeing so many other calamities like this locust menace recently, then some cyclones, and then many other such kind of things which are happening, and due to which the farmers are not able to sell their produce in the market. But the only thing we could see during the COVID time that the flowers were used for the corona warriors, and it was a morale booster for them. That was the only single use we could have seen for the flowers. Rest in all other places, not even in India, but throughout the world, even the farmers have let their crop in the field itself to wilt itself because they don't want to harvest it. They don't want to spend their time and labor on it because there is no taker. As well as similarly, even in foreign countries, the people have thrown their flowers on the roads, and it was completely as a waste or garbage. So we have never thought that the floriculture industry can go through such a crisis. What happened during this COVID era, that the farmers, they did not get any demand from the wholesaler or any consumer, because everything has stopped. Everything was locked down. There was no social gatherings. There was no social function, religious function. People were staying at home, and everybody was in need except the flowers, which is, we can say, it was a luxury item during that period. Even you can see that this is a Holland market. This is a condition of Holland market, where the most of the flowers were thrown and made into dumped at one place as a waste only. Similarly, in India, you can see the farmers have thrown their flowers to and as a feed to the cattle. So you can see that in the flowers were thrown on the streets, and cow are eating them. These marigold flowers, when there is no taker and we don't have any other options to make these flowers into something useful. What we can say is, if the possibility is there, or if the mechanism has been developed to make the product some value addition to these flowers rather than wasting on the roads, then definitely the farmer would have not come under debt. So the best option for utilization of these flowers is, we can do the value addition. Means there is no need to directly consume those flowers. If we don't have the buyer, we can convert them into some or other products which will be purchased by the consumer. So what is value addition? As you all know, that value addition means increasing the economic value of the commodity. Economic value means that whatever raw commodity you have, you are adding some of your time and your money, which we can say we are adding value and making the final product to have more price of the raw material in the market. It can involve genetical changes, then processing and diversification. Genetical changes, as you understand, that we are adding the value, means we are improving the varieties, we are giving them new color, we are giving them new traits, some novelty, we are processing them and making into some final product like perfumes and concretes. Then we are diversifying the thing, not only selling the flower as a flower, but flower in a different forms. Then what else is the need? What is the need of value addition is that we can properly utilize the ornamentals either in fresh form, dried form or processed form. Means we have the options to utilize the flower in any form and finally convert it into something very useful. If we see the status of the global status of the floriculture, we see that the 52% share in the floriculture market is of Netherlands. Means Netherlands is the biggest flower market, which is the biggest exporter of the flowers, and followed by Colombia, which is having 15% share, Ecuador 9%, then Kenya 7%, and then Belgium, Ethiopia, and other countries which are having around 10% of share. And there are countries like Israel, Germany, Italy, and Malaysia, they are having only 1% share in the world export market. If we see the trend of the market, then what we can see is that the impact, the key trend is impact of hybridization and biotechnology for creating new opportunities for vendors. Means we are trying to incorporate the different colors and the forms, and may it be by making transgenics also, giving you the blue colored carnations or trying for blue colored roses. So that is the key trend, to bring the novelty and to create something new. Then what are the market drivers for this? The increased use of flowers and plants for decorative and aesthetic purpose. Okay. So we all, mostly whatever the utilization of flower is, that is for aesthetic purpose we are using in religious function or in social gatherings or in any such kind of functions, the flowers are used maximum. Then another driver is increased investment in gardens and landscaping as well as interior decoration. We see the in market, as already I told you, that these are the flowers are used for decoration purpose. Mostly the flowers are purchased for that. And second use of the flowers or garden plant is in landscaping. Okay, so we are in the major places use the ornamental plants for landscaping, may it be interior or exterior, because now the trend has changed. The people are working the whole days, almost 8 to 12 hours in indoor conditions. So to improve the aesthetics of the indoor as well as to increase the indoor air quality, to improve indoor air quality, so we are emphasizing more on interior decoration. And the forecast of market is that it is projected to reach 96.39 billion by the year 2021. And if we see by the global floriculture market share by the end of 2017, we can see $33 billion business was taken up by these flower crops, and out of which the maximum share was by gift items, and followed by some social activities like conference and religious functions and some social gatherings, whereas the personal use was minimum. So when we see the global trend of market, that the mostly the flowers are used as a gifting item, so we can think of that we can add more value to these flowers. So because the gift for gift we are using the flower, so if we increase the value, we make some value added product and give it to the consumer, they will be the most happiest person and it will increase our income. If we see the status of floriculture in our country, we see the major player of flower production are Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, West Bengal. And the area under cultivation is 324,000 hectares and production is around 38 lakh metric ton in both loose flowers and cut flowers. And if we see the export, the country has exported 16,950 metric ton of floriculture products of worth rupees 541.61 crores during 2019-20. And the major exporting country from India was USA, followed by Netherlands and Germany. If we see the rank of India as an exporting country, India holds a 29th rank in export and 59th rank in import. And the product of worth 80,000 US dollar are exported, and the our percent share in exporting as an exporting country is just 0.40%, whereas import share is just 0.12%. If we talk about the percentage share of horticulture as a output in agriculture, we see in last 6 years there is not much change in the percent share of floriculture. That in 2011-12 it was 1.5%, and in 15-16 it is 1.6%. Only hardly 0.1% increase is there. Whereas in other commodities, fruits and vegetables and spices, definitely there is a increase is there. So we have talked about value addition. What is value addition? But why value addition? What is the need of value addition? See, we all know that flowers are highly perishable commodities, and therefore, and its use is also dependent on the season or the occasion, because of which the prices for these raw commodities are unstable. And secondly, since the commodities are highly perishable, so post-harvest losses are very high, and we want to reduce these post-harvest losses. Therefore, there is a need to go for value addition. Value addition will help in increasing or stabilizing the farm income by adding profits. It means that farmer will get whatever farmer is getting the price of the produce raw commodities, selling it directly, he can increase his income if he make the some value added products. Suppose we talk about the cut flowers. If we are selling the cut flowers um, to the wholesaler, then we'll get the lesser price as compared to if we make some value added bouquets or arrangements or some basket arrangements. So the farmer will get more price, or the person who is adding the value will get the more price. Similarly, selling the loose flower per kg will be cheaper as compared to if we make it into a string or a garland, right? Value addition, it provides the most important aspects of marketing and giving the customer a reason to buy such products. Sometimes it happens that customers are not lured by the commodity as such, but if we make it into some unique product, something distinctive, then definitely the consumer is interested to purchase such kind of thing. Suppose if we go to the malls and we see uh, uh, some ornamental products, maybe value added products in the form of dry flower or in the form of any scenery or in the form of bouquet, definitely will get attracted to it and will try to purchase it. Then value addition, it creates a brand recognition. It means whatever product we are preparing, we should brand it, we should give it a name, and that name should be recognized by the consumer. That is the reason, if we somebody recognize our brand, then only they will purchase the products. So that is why value addition is important. It gives the brand recognition, because the loose flower or the cut flower as such, if you are selling your produce in a bulk, nobody knows what the brand is. But if you are making it into something value added product and give it a brand to it, then definitely people will know. Then in value addition, we have an outlet for creativity. Means there is sky is the limit. There is there is no dearth of creativities or ideas. Value addition, it depends how creative you are, how much you can make the efforts to develop the products, and you can show all your talents there to make the beautiful products having more and more value. And it also helps in generating the employment, which is the need of the hour. Suppose if a farmer is growing the crop and his family is involved in making the product of this crop, so that farmer or grower himself is generating the employment for his family. Likewise, he can generate the employment for the villagers or the neighbors and so many people. So what are the prerequisites which should be kept in mind while doing the value addition? See, whenever we are making the value added products, we should see that the product is unique. It should be entirely different from what is available in the market. We should see for the novelty, always something new, creative, which will attract the buyer. Then the product should have also export potential. Product, the value should be high value product should be there, like your perfumes, absolutes, and essential oils. Then the availability of market or the market requirement, we should, both the things we should know while making the value added product, that whether we have the market for this product or we can create the market, or which are the products which are required or needed in the market, which is having more demand in the market. So these all things we should survey before making some product. Then comes branding. Branding is a very important part, because if your brand is recognized, then only you are a successful entrepreneur or you are a successful businessman. So we should do the branding of the product and we should make the efforts to make our brand recognized. Then availability, and we should make it sure that the product is available in large quantity so that we can meet the demand of the market. Then if we talk about the global scenario of value addition, diversification, quality enhancement, and value addition, these are the keywords for successful floriculture trade at international level. And always the market is ready to develop and to consume the new product through value addition. The world production of essential oil is growing at more than 10% annually, and at present it is estimated about 11,000 ton. Europe continues to be the largest destination for India's floriculture exports, and leading dry flower product exporting country is Australia, whereas importing country is UK. If we talk about the Indian scenario, we know the Indian floriculture industry comprised of, if we talk about the ornamental, it is not only the flowers and cut flowers and loose flower, but besides this, it has so many things like nursery plants, plug plants, potted plants, bulbs, seed production, micro-propagated material, dried flowers, dried foliage, and essential oils which are extracted from flower. India is the 5th largest exporter of dried flower and 2nd largest exporter of dried foliage in the world, accounting for 7% of world export in dried flowers and foliage. So please don't confuse it with the total mass what we are exporting. Totally, whatever we are exporting is just 0.4% of the world's trade. But if we talk about the cut dry flowers, then we are exporting around 7% of dry flower and foliage to the world market. And the main export market for Indian flower industries are USA, Netherlands, UK, and Germany. India is the largest exporter of jasmine oil in the world, accounting for over 40% of total world export in jasmine oil. Then export of value-added product, for example, oil, it can help in generating this substantial value in international market. Suppose we are growing roses and not extracting its oil and we want to send it to an export market, then we won't get much price as compared to the essential oil which we'll be extracting and will be sending in we will avoid sending the bulk to the export market, and in a smaller quantity of essential oil we can get the more price. It means we are adding value to our product. So what are the different ways to add values? First one, to process the raw material. Then pre-cut, wrap and package. See, this is a very important way to add value to the flowers or ornamental. It means sorting, grading and packaging. What we talk about, this is definitely a value addition. If we sort our flowers according to their size, shape, bud shape, color, and then we make the attractive packages, then definitely we are adding value to our product. Then label the product. Already I have told you about the branding. So labeling will help you to brand the product. Distinct product appearance. The appearance of the product should be different. It should not be the common product. It should be unique. Then increase shelf life. Yes, increasing the post-harvest life of the flower means it is also means we are adding value to the flower. We are using some kind of preservative which will help in keeping the flowers for a longer duration, and we have chance to sell it for a longer duration. Then we should provide the recipe. Recipe means we should be able to provide the methodologies by which we are making the product, or we can increase the shelf life, or we can segregate the flowers. Then gift basket or multi-pack. As we have seen in the bigger malls, now we go and see the gift basket. So we get different kind of chocolates all the assorted type of chocolates in one basket, or something like dry fruits and nuts. So like that, we can think of making some value added products and gifting them in a basket form, so that a variety of the product can reach to the consumer, and consumer can be aware of the product, and we have the more um, advertisement of our product. Then the most important thing is to add value to our product is we should build reputation and relationship with the consumer. If we have good reputation, then only the consumer is going to buy our product. So definitely we should have a good reputation with the consumer. Then coming to the avenues, if we talk about avenues, there are many more, many things which we cannot think, which we can think can be the area of value addition. However, I have described very few avenues, and value addition, since we know it is an artistic and creative work which is more closely related with women. Now, you'll be saying why women? Because the flowers are very delicate entities, and women can them as a, handle them and can nurture them like babies. So there is a chances of more employment generation for the women through value addition. It's not only that we are giving the chances of employment generation to women only, but we can there are so many things in which the even the men can be associated for value addition, but where with something intricate or delicate things are associated, there we can involve the female workers. And for value addition, we don't need much of the infrastructure or much of the technology, but there is a need of little bit training and the very few equipments, and we can start the value added uh, entrepreneurship with a very less amount of money. Okay, so what are the different areas of value addition? These are like fresh flower arrangement. It can be garlands, bouquets, whatever you can think of. Then making floral products after processing it. Tinting of flowers. Tinting of flowers means the coloring of flowers which are white in color, and to meet the demand of market to give different kind of different color flowers. Then extraction of plant pigments and dyes, because nowadays people are health conscious and they need environment friendly, eco friendly colors for even for food and for dye and for textiles. So then there is an opportunity for extracting the colors from the flowers. Then edible flowers. Some of the flowers which we grow commercially can be eaten as such, because they have many of the nutraceutical properties which can be utilized, and they have very good taste. So it can be, this is also one area of value addition. It can be added to different products and can be consumed. Then essential oil. If we talk about the processed floral product, then essential oil is one of the biggest area of value addition. As already I have told you that India is the biggest exporter of jasmine essential oil. Then drying of flowers. Dry flowers already, since we are exporting around 7% of dry flowers and foliage to the world market, it means it has a good potential to make the dry flowers and to sell them. So now coming to the first part, value added products of fresh flowers. In fresh flowers, we can add the value by making different kind of arrangements. So first is fresh flower arrangements. Fresh flower arrangement means arranging the flowers to make different kind of bouquets, which can be used for the decoration purposes and with the use of fillers or foliages. And these bouquets these arrangements can be of two types: Eastern type, which is known as Japanese style or ikebana type of arrangements, and the second one is Western style or English style of arrangements. And then bouquets. Bouquet means it's a collection of flowers in a creative arrangement. And bouquets can also be made by the use of flowers as well as by use of fillers, which can be foliage also or the minor flower also. And then garlands. Garlands, as we all know, that garlands in India, definitely it is required from some social functions, for temple purposes and for wedding purposes. So these are the wreath of flowers, leaves or other material, and can be worn on head, around the neck, hung on an intimate object, or laid in a place of cultural or religious importance. Then if we see these flower arrangement, these are Western or English style of arrangement, where the maximum utilization of flower utilization is maximum, and these can be of different shape: horizontal shape, circular shape, S shape, or what we call sigmoid shape, fan shape, crescent shape, and triangular shape. Coming to the Eastern or Japanese style, these are actually ikebanas, which was started in Japan. This ikebana, it came from Japan, and here the number of flower used were less, but these were based on certain principles of ikebana. So different kind of ikebanas or Japanese styles of arrangement are there: moribana, negeri, morimono, jenica, jubana, and zenibana. If we see this morimono, in this morimono, the fruits are used. Essentially, fruits are used along with flowers, and you can see here only 1 or 2 sticks of flowers are used. Not much of the flowers have been used, like unlike in Western kind of arrangements. Then these are certain, you can see the garlands and the bouquets made up of different flowers. Then another arrangement, fresh flower arrangement, is wreath, pomander, buttonhole, and corsages. So if we talk about wreath, it is a band of flowers or foliage intertwined into a ring, usually placed on a grave as a memorial, or used as a crown, or it can be used as a garland also as a mark of honor. Then pomanders, these are a perfect ball of flowers, and mostly these are carried by a ribbon and used generally used in uh, weddings, and it can be hung from the bride's wrist. Then another arrangement is buttonhole. Buttonhole is a very small flower arrangement in which not much of the flowers are used, but only a small flower or a bunch of flower worn on the lapel of the jacket or a coat. Then come corsage. Similar to buttonhole, corsage is also in a small flower arrangement, but is more elaborated than buttonhole, and it is worn by women on a special occasion, generally worn on wrist, or also worn on a lapel of the jackets or coats. So this is what you can see in these. There are 2 wreaths, one corsage worn on a wrist, and then these are 2 pictures of pomanders, and then this is what we call buttonhole or buttoneer. And here you can see that different dry flowers have been used. Not only the fresh flower, but dry flowers can also be used for making such kind of arrangements. So this is about the value addition in fresh flowers. Now coming to the value addition in dry flowers, we can, the flowers which are not being utilized as a fresh flower, or which are as a glut, there is a glut in the market, then we can think of drying of flowers. Also, if we want to keep the flowers for a longer duration and we want to make the gift, and we want to prepare something, we want to keep it something for off season, then we can think of these dry flowers. And the flowers can be dried by different methods like air drying, water drying, press drying, desiccant drying, microwave drying, freeze drying, etc. So coming to the air drying means the flowers which are having less moisture content can be dried by hanging them or by keeping them in vases. And after once they are dry, we can make arrangements. So there are 4 methods by which we can air dry the flowers. The first one is in situ drying. In situ drying means the drying of flower or foliage or fruits on the plant itself. Then second one is vertical drying, means the flowers, if which we upon inverting them in a keeping them in hanging position may cause the loss to the shape of the flower or may result in the shedding of petal. They can be dried by vertical method. In this method, air drying in a vase or wire mesh structure is possible. Then third one is flat drying. Some flowers which we are using as loose flower and we want to use them as loose flower, or they are actually loose flower, they can be spread on the surface by putting a blotting paper or newspaper, and they can be kept in a dark airy room or in a sun also for quick drying. For example, gomphrena, paper flowers, straw flower, chamomilla, etc. Then comes hanging drying. Hanging drying is a very common method of air drying. Here what we do, we strip off the lower 1/3 portion of the leaves from 1/3 portion of the stem, and then we tie the flowers in bunches of 10 in an equal length, and after tying them we hang those flowers on a rope or on a bamboo strip and upside down, and we keep it in mind that in that room the proper ventilation system should be there and not much of the sunlight provision of sunlight is there, because the exposure to light will cause in fading of the color. And ventilation must be good, because if ventilation is not good, then there is chances of fungal infection, and the flowers can become black. And once you have kept it in hanging position, it takes 1 to 2 weeks depending upon the temperature as well as humidity and the type of flower we are using for drying. Then another method is press drying. Press drying is a very ancient method. As in this method, earlier what people used to do, they used to keep the flowers in the books, in between the pages of the book, and by pressing them they can preserve the flower. So in for commercial use, we can use the herbarium press for press drying, and we can dry them by using the oven or microwave oven. And once the flowers are dried, then they can be stored for making the final product. So these are the steps of drying. Here the flowers and foliage are placed between the pages of a book or a magazine, or between the folds of newspaper or blotting sheet, by giving them some space between the flower. Means the edges of the flowers should not touch each other, and the sheets are kept over one above one another, and a corrugated cardboard sheet is of the same size is placed between the folded sheet in order to allow the movement of water vapors to escape. Then the foliage and the flowers kept in blotting paper or newspaper are press dried with the help of herbarium press. And we should always keep it in mind that whenever we are drying the flowers, only one type of flowers or one type of foliage should be placed in a single layer. I mean, 2 different type of flowers should not be tried to dry together, because all the flowers have their different moisture content and thickness of the flowers, which will on which the time of drying and the temperature of drying depends. And the materials may be kept at room temperature for dehydration. It can be kept at room temperature, or it can be kept in hot air oven, or also we can dry these kind of flowers in by press drying and microwave drying microwaves also. But for microwave, if we are drying the flowers in microwave, then we have to use the press which is suitable for microwave ovens. That is available in in many online sites. It is available, and it is known as microfloor press, in which we can dry the flower in the quickest time, and the retention of the color is also very good. And if we want to dry it in hot air oven, then we can dry the flowers in hot air oven at 45 degrees Celsius for 12 to 24 hours, depending upon the flower thickness and the moisture content in the flower. Then comes embedded drying. Embedding drying is a process in which we embed the whole flower in a desiccant. So different type of desiccants have been used for this embedded drying. These are borax, silica gel, sand, sawdust, perlite, quartz, and alum powder. But the study suggests that silica gel is the best desiccant, and this desiccant can be reused again and again without affecting its quality. And the most important thing is, when we are drying the flowers in silica gel, uh, at the starting, the color of silica gel granule is blue, but when it absorbs moisture, they become pink, which gives you an indication that no more moisture can be extracted by this silica gel. So what we can do is to remove the moisture of that silica gel. Again, we can put it in hot air oven, and once again, once the moisture is lost, the crystal will again turn into blue color, which is ready to use. And secondly, if we want to if we don't want to use the granules, we can use the silica gel powder of 60 to 120 mesh size for drying the flowers. So how we dry the flower in this method of embedded drying? We take the pot or a container made up of plastic, tin, glass, or earthen pot, in which we pour a layer of desiccant, may it be sand, borax, silica gel. Then over that desiccant, we will put the flowers. We will arrange the flowers in a circular manner. Keep it in mind that no two flowers touch each other, because if they will touch each other, then the shape will deform. So after keeping the flowers in desiccant, we'll pour the desiccant from the over the flowers slowly and make a layer of desiccant over the flowers of around 2 inches, and then we can keep it in room temperature, or in hot air oven, or in microwave oven. So what happens then, these desiccant, they remove the moisture from the flower quickly, as compared to air drying method, where only the temperature, we have to depend on temperature, air temperature, for removal of moisture. Here the desiccant will absorb the moisture. But in this method of drying, the quality of flower is very good. The retention of shape and color is far better than what we get from the air drying method. Then once we have embedded these flowers in desiccant, we can dry it in solar dryer also. If we don't want to use hot air oven, we can use the solar dryer, and in this solar dryer we can dry the flower, either embedded dry, or directly also we can dry the flowers. So the containers are kept in a solar dryer, in which moving tray at bottom is fitted to regulate the temperature. Sometimes temperatures become very high, then we can lower down the tray, and if temperature is low, then we can higher up the tray, so that maximum reception of sunlight is there and heat buildup is there, so that your flowers get dried by using the natural resources. Then oven drying. Oven drying is a method mostly which is utilized for press drying by using herbarium press or for embedded drying. But it can, here you can dry the flowers direct by direct exposure also, and the ideal temperature for this is 45 to 50 degree 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. And the flowers suitable for oven dry are marigold, chrysanthemum, candida, gladiolus, gomphrena, cornflower, zinnia, and linearis. Then the different temperature and time period has been standardized by different workers for drying of flowers. As you can see from this table, that the small flowers like candida, gerbera, gomphrena, they can be dried at 45 to 49 degrees Celsius for 48 hours. So most of the flowers we can dry up to 48 hours, but the flowers which are thicker and bigger and having the more moisture content, they can be dried up to 72 to 96 hours. So gladiolus and the large roses, they can be dried up to 96 hours, where the temperature is reduced to 40 to 44 degrees Celsius. And there are the flowers which are having the thinner petals like bougainvillea and narcissus, they can be dried at lower temperature, that is 35 to 39 degrees Celsius for 48 hours, whereas French marigold we can dry up to 72 hours from 45 to 49 degrees Celsius, whereas African marigold takes more time, up to 96 hours. It means the flowers can be dried into 4 days. Then comes microwave drying. Microwave drying, as already I have told you, that embedded drying is enhanced by this microwave drying. Here the moisture is evaporated by microwave radiation, and this is the fastest method of drying, and we get the good quality flower. The only thing is that we have to give the setting time of around 8 to 10 hours to the flowers, so that the desiccant whatever we have used is cool down, and then we can take out the flowers from the desiccant. Then another method of drying is freeze drying. Freeze drying is one of the best method of drying. Here the maximum the best quality flowers can be obtained, and for this we use for drying of these flowers in freeze by this method, we need to have lyophilizer. The principle on which the drying occurs is that this sample is frozen to minus 35 degrees Celsius, and after frozen, whatever the water crystal is present in the flower, they are directly converted into the vapor by the process of sublimation by the application of heat. It means first whatever the moisture content present in the flower will be converted into the ice. It will be frozen, and then that frozen water will be converted directly into the vapors, as it happens in the case of camphor. If we burn the camphor, it from the solid form it directly converts into the gaseous form. So similar, the method of sublimation, it happens, this principle is applied for freeze drying, and here the best quality product is obtained. Then another method is of drying or preservation, what we call is, it is a glycerin preservation. Glycerin preservation, it's actually not a drying, but it is a way to preserve the foliage, and it is used mostly for the foliage where we want to retain the color, and we want that the foliage should be flexible, where we want to make some 3D kind of arrangement. There we use this glycerin preservation method. In glycerin preservation method, there are two techniques which we use basically. The first one is immersed methodology, and the second one is uptake method. So immersed method is used for foliage, for drying the foliage or preserving the foliage. Here what we do is we make a solution of glycerin and water in a ratio of 1:2 or 1:3 depending upon the type of foliage we are using. And what we do is here we take the glycerin and we pour lukewarm water to it so that the uniform mixture is obtained, and then we soak the foliage into it. If if we place the leaves into this mixture, if we see that it is not fully soaked, then we turn the leaves upside down, and once they are fully coated, then we put some solid material over this so that they remain flat. And then after a period of 7 to 8 days, we see that the color of these foliage turns to little darker. It means the this glycerin has entered into the foliage by the process of osmosis. It means the water has come out into the glycerin solution and the glycerin has entered into the tissues, and then once the foliage become darker in color, we can take them out and we can wipe them with the tissue paper and we can use them in our flower arrangements. So this is submerged or immersed method of drying or preserving. The another method is uptake method. In uptake method, we prepare the glycerin solution by dissolving glycerin into lukewarm water, and we take the flowers or the stems along with the foliage along with the stem, and we make a cut over the lower portion of the stem, and we put the stem into the solution, and then slowly that solution, this glycerin solution will be absorbed by the foliage or the flower. So the examples in which we can use this method of glycerin drying is asparagus, eucalyptus, ferns, silver oak, maple, and magnolias. Then we can classify these dry flowers arrangements, means what type of flowers we have used. Based on that, we can classify these dry flower arrangements. These are known as main bloom arrangement, in which we have used the complete flowers of roses, nigella, statice. So these are called main bloom flower arrangement. Then fillers, something like asparagus, ferns, racelias, gypsovillas. So these are the fillers. Then liners, mostly the grasses or the ornamental wheat or the crop waste like jowar, bajra, and many other things, oats, etc. They can be used, they can be colored, they can be dried, they can be colored, and they can be used as a liner. And this is also known as exotic type of arrangement if we are using some fruits, dried fruits and their heads like lotus, head, palm, spear, etc. These are some examples of dry flower arrangement. You can see this is dry flower basket, then bouquet, dry flower bouquet, and this paperweight. This paperweight is made by embedding it into the resin. Then there are sachet, or what we call as the air fresheners, then potpourris, which is known as room fresheners, and then candles by decorating them with pressed dried flowers. Besides this, we can make many other value-added products. Then we can see the different kind of flowers according to this color wheel. That starting from violet, we have asters, statice, tulip, which can be dried. Then blue, aster, hydrangea, salvia. Then in green color, we have all the foliages. Then molusella, which is a very good green color flower, which can be used as a background of any arrangement. Then in yellow range, we have roses, daffodils, and gladulas. Orange, we have calendula and marigold, which is very good material for both embedded drying as well as press drying. And in red, we have a wide range of bottle brush, gomphrena, petunia, etc. So like that, we can make a color wheel and we can fix our flowers according to this color, and we can utilize this color scheme for making the flower arrangements. Then there are, this is the work done by Singh et al. In 2018, and they describes what are the best drying methods for drying of ornamental plants. And it was found for nasturtium, ferns, bottle brush, dendrobium, gulmohar, rose and chrysanthemum. Press drying at a room temperature, that is for 5 to 6 days and 9 to 10 days in winter. It means that only the press drying in herbarium press without using any external source of heat like microwave or hot air oven. Then chrysanthemum leaf, nasturtium leaf, florets of calendula and zerbera, they dry well when we dry them in microwave for 120 seconds. Then rose, chrysanthemum, salvia, gypsophila and resina, they can be also glycerin dried for 10 days. Similarly, candida, gulmohar and verbena, they can be embedded drying is the best method, and silica gel is the best material. In case of lotus, larkspur, dahlia, gaillardia, gerbera, chrysanthemum, cornflower and sunflower, here also silica gel drying is best at 50 degrees Celsius for different durations. And then in case of tulip, rose and carnation, again embedded drying for 20 hours in silica gel and hot air oven. The temperature should be 40 degrees Celsius in hot air oven. So the products already I have told you. Among them, potpourri is one of the major product which is exported in dry flower segment, and it valued at rupees 55 crore. So only product which is having the value of 55 crore, which we are exporting to the Western countries, it is a potpourri. It is a combination of dry flowers and herbs that are scented artificially or naturally by using essential oils, and they should have subtle natural scent of all natural ingredients, maybe dried flowers, leaves, seeds, roots, barks, wood, resin and spices. All these things can be used to make the potpourris. And the basis of potpourri is the aromatic oils found within the plant. For example, we are making some citrus and lavender potpourri, or apple and cinnamon potpourri. So it should, whatever the material we are using should have the essential oil excreted from its tissues or the cells. Then rose, petal, gomphrena, marigold, lotus pods, these are also used for making the potpourris. Then another product is petal embedded paper. The loose flowers where the petal which we cannot use for any other purpose, it can be dried and can be incorporated to make the petal embedded paper, which is eco-friendly paper and can be used for making different kind of bags, files, folders, posters and gift paper. So it can be used for many purposes, and it will also avoid the cutting of our forests and trees. So this can be it's a very good it can be a very good enterprise in which we can save the environment and make different kind of products, whatever we can think of. Then decorative candles. These candles, what we can see in picture is, these are prepared by press drying the flowers and then either pasting them on the candles, or by simply place the crushed dried flower on wax paper and then pour a little melted wax over the flowers and then rolling it into the candles. This is what we have talked about, all the products what we are making by dried flowers, but minimal processing. But we can prepare the processed products also. like some bathing products like soaps and shampoos and some creams and cosmetics. Such kind of products can also be prepared, and mostly these dry flowers are used as in the form of herbal infusion. Okay, and the dry flower which are used in these kind of products are mostly calendula, roses, jasmine, which are liked by the consumer, and these are the basis of many lotions, toner, facial steam, mask, herbal hair rinses, and shampoos, etc. One more area of this value addition is resin, embedding the flowers in resin. So now you might have seen that in this resin kind of thing, we get jewelries and some keychain kind of things or paperweights are already available in market. So we can think of making use of dry flowers for making such kind of products. And for this resin embedding, we use the epoxy resins, epoxy techniques of resin. Okay. Then this is all about the dry flower. Then we come to the processing. By processing, what are the different products we can make and how we can add the value to the products or the flowers. So the most important product by processing is essential oil. So essential oil, as already I have told in my introduction part, that these are the mostly exported entity from the flowers, and these essential oils are highly concentrated volatile odoriferous compounds, and these are essentially present in the living organism, which is mostly the flowers or the leaves or the fruits, and these are tiny droplets present in particular gland, hair or specific structure of the plant, and contain some active principles of the plants. These essential oils are used in fragrances in the form of perfumes or deodorants. They are also used in making drugs. Drugs means using them in some balms or some painkillers, painkiller ointments. And then they are used in aromatherapy. Aromatherapy means to uh, reduce the stress and to treat the person with the only with the essence of the flower, and then also in making the food as a flavoring agent. Okay, and this can also be used in making the agarbattis or sticks. There are two type of essential oil. One is expressed oil and another one is carrier oil. Expressed oils are fruit or from oils. They are extracted from the seed, nuts or fruits and used to dilute the essential oil. For example, calendula, lemon and rosehip oil. So what are the plant organ which contain the essential oil? It depends on the type of plant. In some of the plants, only the flowers contain the essential oils, as in rose, jasmine, carnation, clove, rosemary, lavender. Whereas in some of the plants, it is leaves like mentha, osmum, lemongrass, palmarosa. In geranium, patchouli, and verbena, cinnamon, leaves and stem, it contains essential oils. Whereas the bark of cinnamon and cassia also contain essential oils. The wood of cedar and santalum, album, and the pine, they also contain essential oil. Roots of angela, sarsaparilla, vetiver, sasuria. Then uh, seeds of spices, especially fennel, coriander, dill, nutmeg. So all the different parts of the flower, fruit, seed, leaves, they have the essential oil in them. Depending on the organ in which the essential oil is present, we can extract the essential oil. And these essential oils have different curative properties. Then what are the constituents of essential oil? These are aldehydes, alcohols, esters, ketones, oxides, phenols, phenol ethers, hydrocarbons, terpenes, and acid. And the mostly what we are using in case of our flower, they are eugenol, thymol, charcoal, and then these are geraniol, citronol, menthol. So these are the major important components which are present in the ornamental plants. Then how do we extract these essential oil? There are different methods of extracting the essential oil. The first method is steam distillation, in which the flower or the plant material, whatever it may be, flower or birds or leaves or fruit, they are directly exposed to the steam, and then the steam helps in removing the vaporizing the essential oil, which is condensed through a condenser by using cold water, and then the floral water and the essential oil can be separated by using some separator or some separating funnels. The second method is solvent extraction method, in which we mix the plant material with the solvent, and then from this mixture the wax and oil solution will evaporate, and through vacuum distillation we will remove the alcohol and only left with the concrete, which will finally can be condensed into the providing the heat and can be condensed into absolute, which is the pure essential oil. And then another method is water distillation, which is mostly used for making the rose water or rose oil, in which the petal of flowers are mixed with water, and then they are heated, and then the vapors are condensed through a condenser. And here both the things, essential oil and waters are floral water, what we call as a rose water or any other water, floral water, is separated by using a separator. And another method is cold extraction. Cold extraction method is mostly used for the fruits in which they have a high content of essential oil in their peels. So simply we take the peels of the pieces of the fruit, and then we press it, and after pressing the oil sacs are pierced, and then the emulsion what we get of the fruit juice as well as the essential oil is centrifuged, where the oil is separated from the other material. So mostly we use this method of solvent extraction or water distillation for extracting the essential oils from ornamentals or from flowers. So these are extract versus essential oils. So aromatic extracts, these are obtained by a solvent extraction or enfleurage method, and from solvent extraction we get the concrete and absolute. Whereas when essential oil which are obtained by distillation or expression, so distillation, from distillation we get the distilled essential oil. By expression, especially we use in case of citrus peel oils. But when we use the extract the we use the flowers and macerate them with alcohol, mix them with alcohol, then we get the tinctures. Okay, we call it enfleurage. Then what is the use of this essential oil? These essential oil, as already I have told you, that used in food agent, they are used as perfumery industry, and then they have another use in using as a drug. So aromatherapy, it is a holistic approach for wellness. Here we use the essential oil of the flowers, and this is the therapy by smell or fragrance, right? See what it says: the scent control our mood, respiration, thought, feeling, hormones, metabolism, and resistance. And this is a natural way to heal a person's mind, body, and soul. And systematic use of essential oil distilled from flowers, roots, herbs, etc. These and other aromatic compounds from plants to enhance the physiological and physical well-being of the individual. It is a natural treatment which use the concentrated essential oil from the plants in association with massage, friction, inhalation, sorry, compression, and bath. So there are many uses of essential oil we can found. So this aromatherapy is a psychoaromatherapy, therapeutic aromatherapy, and aesthetic aromatherapy. In psychoaromatherapy, these essential oils are used to stimulate or relax the brain, to reduce the stress. Okay, we give the different kind of inhalations by which uh, the patient feels good. Then therapeutic aromatherapy. Here the essential oil used to treat the medical conditions. For example, in case of running nose or in case of cold, we use this eucalyptus oil, and then we use for cough and all these things we use the um, basil oil. And then for aesthetic aromatherapy for hair and skin care, we use different kind of essential oil made up of rose, jasmine, and the products made by these essential oils. They are used for aesthetic aromatherapy, means for improving the texture of the skin and the texture of the hair. Different kind of oils are used. And these are the cosmetic products which are prepared from the flower, like anti-aging creams, then moisturizing lotions, then moisturizing creams, conditioners, shampoos, whatever you can think, you can prepare these from flowers. Besides all these uses, we have another scope of these flowers. They can be eaten. They can be eaten as a whole as a flower, or they can be used in making the different recipes. So these edible flowers are the flowers which are used as a garnish, as an integral part of dish, as a salad, and then they can used as a cookery, and it is practiced in the even in the ancient civilization. So if we see the edible flowers, nasturtium as a whole, we can consume the whole flower because it has some spices and peppery taste. Violets and petunias, they are sweet and tasty, can be used in confectionery industries. Marigold and calendula, they are used to used to give as a cattle, as a feed to the poultry, which will enhance the yolk color of the eggs. Then rose fruits, rose hips, what we call, they are rich in vitamin C, from which we can extract the vitamin C and can be used as a vitamin C tablets, which is very good for immunity. Then English daisies and chrysanthemum, they are used for natural pigments. Hollyhock, pansy, calendula, they are flavorful and can be used in different dishes. Even the carnations, they can be stewed into the wine to give a different flavor. The edible florets are mint leaves. Then daylily buds and flowers, they can be used to making the pakoras. Then the whole flower of lilac can be used. Pansy, the whole flower can be used with this cupcake. Then violets can be used in confectionery or cakes because they have the sweet taste. Nasturtium whole flowers can be made into the curry, and it can be made into the some snacks or in salad. Then tulips can also be used, and chrysanthemum, especially the chrysanthemum, dried chrysanthemum are used for making the chrysanthemum herbal tea. So there are different edible flowers, and which have different benefits in different um, what we can say in for different diseases. They can be helpful. For example, calendula, it helps in aid in digestion and reducing the fever. Himaricallis or daylily, aching muscle and strains, and it is used as salad or garnishes. Chrysanthemum florets are used as a tea in infectious diseases. It will be helpful. Rose petal jelly, rose gulkand, or rose jam, what we call, and it is rich in vitamin C. Then your Tripolium majus, it can be used in vinegar, the whole flower, and it is antibiotic and anti-cancerous. Then Viola, it is used in salads and garnishes, helpful in combating the skin diseases. Then these are some of the edible products you can see, that rose gulkand or rose petal jam, tea prepared from hibiscus, syrup prepared from hibiscus, even the rhododendron syrup, rose syrup, they are also very important edible products. Then use of lavender with cake. Then in pasta we can use, then chrysanthemum tea, then calendula can be used directly in the as a salad, and then this carnation can be used in stewed in the wine. Then tea made up of chamomilla flower. Then these are the different floral teas which are used in mostly in Western world and in China. These are rose tea, chrysanthemum tea, hibiscus, magnolia, honeysuckle, lavender, lilium, chamomile, and lemongrass, marigold tea. Then one another important segment of value addition is plant pigment. Plant pigment, it is like extracting the pigment itself. There are different kind of pigments which are present in the plants. For example, like anthocyanins, carotenoids, xanthophylls, etc. So here the function of these plant pigments in the plant is, as you know, green color helps in photosynthesis. Then the beautiful different color flowers, they helps in attraction of pollinator. They protect against UV light and pathogen. Also seed dispersal, and then also in pharmaceutical and other nutraceutical product preparation. So what are the pigments? Water soluble and lipid soluble. So water solubles are flavonoids and betalains. Flavonoids means anthocyanin, chalcones, orange, flavones, and flavonones. In mostly anthocyanins, these are responsible for red and blue color of the flowers. This pelargonid for and cyanidin for red color, delphinidin for blue color, and these chalcones, orange, and flavons, these all are responsible for yellow color in the flowers. And betalains are beta cyanine and beta xanthines. They gives reddish to violet, yellow, and orange color to the flowers. The lipid soluble pigments are chlorophyll A and B, all we know, and the carotenoids, they are also lipid soluble pigments, and they contain xanthophyll and carotene. And mostly these are present in marigold, daffodils, and calendula, and these are helpful in making the nutraceutical compounds. Besides this, floral dyes, as we know that people are very much aware about the about the toxic nature of these chemical dyes, which we are using either in the textile industry or in food industry, or even on the occasions like Holi, where or Durga Ashtami, where we use the color for the as gulal or abir, what we call. So the flowers have a good scope of making the floral dyes, and different methods can be utilized for making these dyes, which are natural, eco-friendly, and have a good color and fragrance. The different sources are African marigold, tulip, butterbrush, hollyhock. They give different colors are obtained from these dyes, and they can be used for cotton and silk fabrics. Then this hollyhock is used for cotton, silk, and wool. And then saffron, it is used for the color is yellow color pigment is obtained yellow dye and used for dyeing the pashmina wool. Then jasmine, it gives brown color, which is used for cotton and wool both. Like that, we can use different flowers, either commercially cultivated or the naturally or the different ornamentals which are grown in nature as a wild plant also, for making these natural colors, and then we can make the extract the color and make the powder of it, and we can use it for different purposes. And what are the application of these floral dyes? You can see in the this birthday cakes, ice creams, cosmetics, plants, some of our ornamental plants like Catranthus roses, what we call as Sadabahar. Uh, they are rich sources of pharmaceutical compounds like carotene and vincristine, and it is used for cancer treatment. Similarly, vitamin C is isolated from the rose fruits and is marketed as rose hip vitamin C, and used to increase the immunity. The another most important thing what we can get from flowers is nutraceutical compound. Nutraceutical compounds, they are nothing, they are just like what we can say, it's like multivitamin kind of compounds which we extract from the flowers and help the individual to get rid of uh, disorders. For example, the marigold, and number this lutein is effective in preventing or controlling the free radical generation, and it is helpful in combating with cancer, coronary heart disease, cataract, and age-related macular degeneration. Then this is what we have talked till now. There are different value-added products. So this is the value-added product of rose. You can see perfume or essential oil. We have already talked. Then rose oil, vitamin C, marmalade, rose water, jam, or rose petal jam, champagnes, rose syrup, herbal tea, gulkand. Then related to these rose products, there is a success story from Kalaburgi, Karnataka, where two ladies, Sangeeta Baldeva and Radhika Tapadia, they have started an entrepreneurship. They have started an NGO, and they've started making the products from the rose, like rose syrup, rose gulkand, gulab jal, rose oil, rose water, and they have given a name to it, Gulabo. That is the trade name. So they are doing a good business with this roses. So like that, we can think of setting up the startup for making the products and giving it some brand name, and then advertising our brand so that we can get the good market. Besides this, there are different value-added products available in market. They are made up of calendula, using calendula flower. These are calendula gel, then some body lotion, calendula oil, shampoos, antiseptic cream, then some homeopathic medicine, homeopathic cream of calendula. Then these are the value-added product of jasmine. These are the only the fresh flower products of this jasmine, that is veiny, garland, hair adornments, and strings. I'm very happy to tell that TNAU has done a very good piece of work with respect to the storage and packaging material of these jasmine, and they are exporting the jasmine by making strings, and they have increased the life of this jasmine up to 96 hours. So they have developed a very good mechanism of this packaging material by using aluminum foil or thermocol sheets and all those kind of stuff. You can visit the TNU website and see what the different materials they have used, and now they are exporting the jasmine flowers. So this is a very good entrepreneurship and a very good enterprise, and mostly these flowers are demanded in the US, Arabian countries like Dubai, etc.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Madam, there is some problem.
Yeah, actually something has gone I left this meeting was disconnected somehow.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, madam, you can take another 5 more minutes. So by before 12, we have to wind up. Afternoon session also there.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we have given the different, we have conducted many training programs for the farm women and the students and the faculty also. This is what we have done at IT course for the different faculty of the state horticulture department, even for the university faculty also. We have trained them to make the value-added products. So this is what they have, they have made the final products. And at IRI, we have commercialized the technology also to an entrepreneur, Ms. Poonam Kamra, with the name Floral Images. She has started the company, and we have connected the owner of this company to the different farm women to which we have already trained in making the dry flower products. This is what she has participated in our different events like Krishi Mela, World Trade Expo, and some trainings, workshops, etc., etc. And she's showcasing her products and selling her products. Besides this, there is another success story by IARI where we have empowered the women of Ghazipur slums in collaboration with the ILFS. These people are mostly, the women are rag pickers, and they are living besides the Ghazipur flower mandi. So the people of ILFS visited IRI and they wanted some intervention of IRI so that the waste flower from the market can be utilized and these people can be given some respectable life with some respectable entrepreneurship. So we have visited their place and we tried to explore the possibility of making the products and see what they were already doing. So after that, we have trained the members of ILFS group who has gone back and mentored them and started making the products. And in the year 2014, they have made the product like this. And then we could see that this lady Mumtaz Bibi, she has lost one of her hand during this rag picking work only. And this was the star performer and earned more than 10,000 rupees per month. So this is the kind of enterprise we can think of doing with this value addition. So now you can see the Gulmeher is a very well established company and with their own website www.gulmeher.com, where the logo is transforming waste pickers into artisan, creating jobs and changing lives by creating eco-friendly products using discarded flowers. So they have many different flower products which is available on their website for all the seasons and the occasions, may it be Rakhi, may it be Holi or Diwali. And there is another success story of a company started by Fool organization. They have started the recycling process of the flower. Mr. Ankit Agarwal from Kanpur, he is the founder of this. He started this company in 2017 from IIT and funded was IIT Kanpur. So what they have did, they have collected the flowers, waste flower from the temples and the mosque and started making them into agarbatti. And they have also made this flora foam, which is better than thermocol and eco-friendly and is biodegradable also. And then they make this agarbatti vermicompost, which is made up of from natural flowers. And since Kanpur is a leather city, so they have thought of making some leather, a new vegan and eco-friendly leather for solving the problem of waste, floral waste, which is thrown into the river Ganga. So the leather is something, it's a texture resemble that of leather in appearance, elasticity and tensile strength, and can be thought of making into the leather products in future. So we can, now you can see there are different possibilities of making the products. I want to share some of the one or two video films with you to see how this startup has started.
Nirmalya. Every day, in temples across India, devotees offer fresh flowers as a
Madam, you are
ritual.
showing some video.
Yes.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
actually, you have to open that YouTube share link. Then only it will be viewed here.
It's not
Considered
viewing.
sacred.
Just a
They're
second.
Not
not
visible. You can, yeah, you can
Okay.
stop.
Okay.
And share screen, you have to choose that window.
One second.
No, you can click that YouTube. You can click that YouTube link.
Okay. Yes.
After opening the window, then, you know, before starting, you just pass that YouTube link and then come back to share screen. Click
Yeah.
that share screen.
Okay.
And then that YouTube, where this YouTube window was there, you click that one and then start sharing. Now it will be, yeah, from the beginning you can
Is
click.
it?
Now it is visible.
Okay.
Yeah, visible.
Okay.
From the beginning you can. You can click the full screen view. You can click the full screen, yeah.
Sanskrit name given to flowers, fruits, and other natural offerings that are made to Hindu gods during worship. Since floral offerings are considered sacred, they're not discarded as trash and often find their way into the Arabian Sea. Every week, Vinod Mahadeshwar, who cannot hear or speak, collects nearly 150 kilos of floral offerings from the popular Siddhi Vinayak temple in Mumbai. Dedicated to Lord Ganesha, the temple sees more than 40,000 people and about 120 kilos of offerings every day, peaking at 200 kilos on Tuesdays. He separates the coconut husks and flowers and delivers the waste to a workshop located in the densely populated industrial lanes of Andheri East. Once here, Mukhtar and his eclectic and experimental team of 28 young self-taught urban artisans who come from challenging backgrounds in the city start their work of converting these colors into natural dyes.
मैकेनिक का काम किया, इलेक्ट्रिशियन का किया, सीलिंग का काम किया, जैसे पीओपी लाइन, तो सब थोड़ा थोड़ा करके 6 महीने 4 महीने ऐसा करके छोड़ा। मोहल्ले में भी काफी नाम ऐसा खराब हो गया था, बड़े लोग काफी आने की बोलते थे बेकार काम कर रहा। फूल आता है तो हम लोग सुखाते हैं, तो 2-3 दिन तो हो जाता है सूख के। तो सुखेला फूल भी यूज करते, फ्रेश भी यूज करते, जैसा पाउडर भी हम लोग पीसते भी पाउडर। तो अगर मैं तुमको एक प्रोसेस बताऊं, जैसे कि स्टीम का, तो नॉर्मली हम कपड़ा लेते हैं हम लोग और उसका वेट करते, वेट के हिसाब से हम लोग उसका आलम निकालते हैं, फिक्ट्री होता है आलम, और उसके हिसाब से वेट के हिसाब से पानी रख देते पहला। पानी में वो फिक्ट्री जितना 15% फिक्ट्री होता है उसको हम लोग उसमें बोल देते और टेम्परेचर दे देते 65 से 70 के बीच में, आधा घंटा पौना घंटा जैसा कपड़ा रहेगा वही हिसाब से हिलाते। ये प्लेन का होगा। अभी इसे टेक्सचर करना है तो फिक्ट्री से निकाला, निचोड़ लिया सब, निचोड़ के फिर एक जमीन पे बिछा के पन्नी डाल के तो उसके ऊपर ऐसे पत्ती आधे पत्ती रख के उसका ऐसा फोल्ड वगैरह करके एक चेक्स टाइप का बना देते। उसको हम लोग इडली का पानी रखते थोड़ा सा भाप के लिए, उसमें ढक्कन करके डाल देते। कम से कम बताओ तो 15 मिनट एक साइड लगता है हीटिंग के लिए। तो इसका प्रोसेस पूरा हो जाता है तो उसको खोल लेते, खोल के पूरा झटके के तो पूरा स्टीम आ जाती है इसमें, और फिर इसको धो के डाल देते ड्राई करके सुखा के।
Marigolds, hibiscus, roses, and coconut all combine combine to produce bright, explosive colors that immediately bring to mind the hustle and bustle, the sounds and fragrance of temples in the city. Growing up in Versova on the coast of the Arabian Sea, Rupa Trivedi saw firsthand how the beautiful offerings were clogging the city's rivers and streams and littering its beaches. The toxic pesticides and insecticides remaining as a residue on flowers get washed away into the water, bruising the fragile ecosystem.
So this is the way we can think of starting some entrepreneurship, and we can think of anything, new ideas. There are many more videos you can find on YouTube of making this flower products, especially these incense sticks and then feather. I have shown you already. So many videos you will find, and you can get a pretty good idea that how we can add value to the flower and how we can start the enterprise. And in this video also you have seen that with the minimum investment they could make the very good products and very good printing on the products. So this is all from my side. Thank you one and all for your patient hearing. Thank you, and thanks to the organizers also for giving me an opportunity. Thank you everyone.
Only one question.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam, for giving your valuable time to deliver to the participants. So most of our participants are our BSc horticulture students, and then MSc horticulture, PhD horticulture. So MSc floriculture and vegetable and fruit science. So you have elaborately told about this uh, ornamental crops, value addition. It's so nice. You start with that flowers, and then how to make everything, how to preserve it, and even making that lot of what are the raw materials are required, and even of course this essential oil. Even this very interesting to hear about this. The last part, it was very interesting,
Yeah.
embedding these flower stains on the cloths. It was very really wonderful. Madam, now I would appreciate if you answer some of the queries raised by our participants. I think I'll give time to Dr. Bhargav. I think he will read it from the inbox, or else he can also read it. I think I'll give time to Dr. Bhargav.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. Once again. Here few questions are there. We will go through it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sir, can we minimize our video and ma'am's video?
Yeah, she automatically it will come.
It's not coming. So, ma'am, first question is for oleoresin extraction in marigold, what are the requirements required and uses of this oleoresin? How we can use this oleoresin?
Yeah, Bhargav, for this extraction of oleoresin, there is a complete protocol is there in which different chemicals are used, and different steps are there for extracting this oleoresin. I can share that information with you, and you can share with your friend, the students, because it is not possible to tell you the whole protocol here.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And I think only one question, ma'am.
Okay, I thought there was
Since you explained very nicely, everyone got most of the things mostly. 1 second, ma'am. We will give chance to the participants. Whoever can ask.
Yeah.
Unmute. 1 second.
Yeah.
Dear participant, I'll give a privilege to unmute. So just those who want to ask question, only those people you can unmute and then interact with the madam. Okay, so I'll start giving this privilege. Some of the horticulture, MSc and PhD, you are free to ask a question. Okay, now I have given the privilege. You can unmute yourself. You can ask the question. So every question we will give 0.5 marks extra, okay? So those who are asking questions, you will awarded with the 0.5 mark extra for horticulture students. Those are from CHF, okay? So it will be credited to you. You can go to abroad also. For every participation in this webinar, we are giving 1 mark for participation. Even for Western Australian University, we had a MOU, so you had a lot of opportunity. So now I will propose this. Everyone who are asking one question, 0.5 marks extra. Please, CHF student, you can ask question now. Take this opportunity.
I think they are tired now of listening to me for 90 minutes. It's like a marathon.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, yes.
Ma'am, my name is Khyali Ghosh. I am speaking from Uttar Ganga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. Ma'am, my
Yeah.
question is that nowadays in online portals and in the markets we see so many different varieties of essential oils are there. Ma'am, but
Yeah.
my question is that are those essential oils authentic? I mean the branding and all, because we do not know that whether they are formed in a safe and hygienic place or not, ma'am. That's my question. I mean, how to choose that?
See, as far as about their hygiene and all other things are concerned, already I have told you people that how we make the essential oil. If you have seen my presentation clearly, then I have told that either by distillation method or by solvent extraction method, we extract the essential oil. Okay, so once you have distilled it or extracted it by solvent extraction method, even after solvent extraction method, we have to go through the distillation. So by distillation, everything is purified. Okay. I wanted to show you in this presentation one more. This YouTube video was there in which people are using the used flower from the temples and all those places to make these essential oils. So as far as the purity of as far as the purity of this essential oil is concerned, mostly there it is given that these are essential oil and nothing is labeled on that. So in that case, mostly what happens, it is 20% an essential oil is there and rest is the carrier oils are there. So that is a kind of means what we can say cheating, or that what we can means they are misguiding us by not giving the complete information. So brand, mostly it happens. I have given in my one of my slides also where they have given the essential oil note that 20%. It is the maximum concentration is 20%, so that the people are getting maximum profit out of it. So we have to see the label and whether it has been written that it is 100% pure essential oil or not. That is what we can see.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
There is one more question from somebody that for cloth embedding, coloring, designing on cloth, is there any pre-treatment required for flower petals soaking in water or benzene? Like, no. As you have seen in that video, what they have done, they have either dried the flowers or they have taken the fresh flowers and they have given the treatment to the cloth. That is that treatment is known as mordanting. Mordanting means fixing of color to the cloth by using the chemical so that color fixes to the cloth. So it is a pre-mordanting technique where they have used 15% alum, which is known as potash alum. Basically, they have used, and they have this boiled the cloth in that alum for 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes so that the alum fixes to the cloth, and then when they put the flowers or flower petals, the color will be embedded into the cloth itself. So there is no other chemical like soaking in water or benzene, nothing is like that, but only the potash alum is used for mordanting or fixing of the color to the cloth.
Hello. Ma'am, one more question came that
Yeah.
potentially northeast of which flowers can do such? In
Northeast
northeast,
and northeast means so many flowers are there. You have a wide potential of flowers, and many value added products can be made from many flowers. I mean, it's depend on our creativity, how we think and how we see the things. If we talk, if you tell, ask me some particular flower, then I can tell you. If you say about orchids, so how to make the value addition in orchid? The first thing is to increase the vase life of the orchids. We use some solution already. It comes in the orchids we import from Thailand, right? And then the kind of packaging material we use is a very beautiful what we can say, boxes, transparent boxes, labeled and with certain specification given on that. Then the brand name, which is very important. Okay, we should give the brand name to the product, that this is Sikkim flora, something like that it comes, no? So like that we can add the value to the products. Then I think northeast, there is lots of rhododendron is there. Okay, so rhododendron syrup can be prepared, some chutney can be prepared, even the color can be extracted from the flowers, which can be used into making these natural dyes, or even the plant pigments can be extracted from them. Then there is lots and lots of flora, and flora is available, wild flora is available, which can be used for making your dry flower arrangements, potpourris and all. So there is lots and lots of scope for northeast. I mean, sky is the limit. Whatever you can think, you can use.
Thank you, ma'am. That much. One more question came, ma'am. What about the
Yeah.
tinting of flowers, ma'am? Scope of it in the entrepreneurship, tinting of flowers.
I missed this slide somehow. I don't know. Tinting means since you all are graduate from horticulture, so you must be knowing the treating of flowers with colors or dye, floral dyes. It may be your natural dye, food colors. Mostly we use the food colors, or it can be other chemicals also, which are used in waste solution, so that these are taken up by the cut flowers. Okay, and it changes the color of the flower. So now there is a lots of scope for this, because if you'll Google it about tinting, you'll see in a single flower there are many colors are there in that flower. So how that technique is done and what are the procedure, that you have to study, and there is definitely lots and lots of scope for it. And the only thing is we have to market it by giving it certain label and giving it certain attractive packaging, so that the consumer is lured.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Bhargav.
It's audible.
Ma'am, one more question came. Is there any government schemes related to establishing an essential oil extraction unit and dry flower unit?
Actually, it all depends on the states. These are the different states. These are the schemes by different state governments for this entrepreneurship programs. But definitely, by making the self-help group or some by making some self-help group, you can definitely start this program, and you can get the some what you can say, financial support from the government, maybe from even from the NHB also. They gives this kind of support under mini mission and all those kind of things. And some entrepreneurship programs are also there under what we call now, a scheme has been started by the government. What is it, Bhargav? Some scheme has been started by government now. This is especially for
ASCII, ma'am. ASCII.
Yeah,
ASCII skill development program.
Skill development program. So there also you can get the financial support.
Yes, ma'am. That much only, ma'am. From questions. Once again, thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable time and for your nice presentation. One more thing is, most of the participants asking your PPT. Ma'am. Can you give your PPT in PDF form, ma'am, at least?
Yeah.
At least we can have some idea, kind of thing.
I'll share
if
with
they-
you and you can show it to give it to
Yeah.
your students. No problem.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you everyone.
Just before starting,
But thank
Ma'am,
you,
one
Arvind.
second, ma'am. Ma'am, one
Yeah.
second, ma'am. Actually, sir want to take some pictures.
Yeah.
yeah, dear participant, thank you for attending and be punctual. In 2 o'clock, we will be starting our next session, and by 2, I request everyone to start the video for our just madam, be there for 30 seconds. It'll automatically it takes a photo. Please start your video. I have kept it as gallery view. Start your video. Okay, thank you. Just you can start for 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Some more. You start your video. Some of them has not started.
So all your students are back to the university or still they're at home?
No, they are taking online class.
Okay.
This is IDP Nahe project, madam. In this project, I'm handling this project. So we are having series of webinar to, had it been, if it is no COVID, we would have invited to our campus Northeast. So beautiful. So you would have come here, but then unfortunately due to COVID, we are conducting through
But
Zoom
in
platform.
seminar, I would have not interacted with so many students. I think those who we can be connected online, because it's not only your student. I think it's from all over the country. People have joined this.
Yeah. All over country also they are there. But preference more predominantly for our students.
No issues. Let the things be all right by the God's grace.
Yeah, if it is all right, you can visit our campus.
Sure.
Yeah. I graduated from IRA, madam. I passed out in year 2000 PhD.
In
From
2000?
IRA, 2005.
Okay.
2005.
I joined in 2007.
Okay. I joined here 2006.
Okay.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much. I'll stop now. I'll end. Okay, participant, be there by 2 p.m. Thank you.